Hello, everybody, and welcome. Max Roberts here with something pretty special, I think. What you're seeing on screen is my brand new app for macOS called DDDS, and it is an app designed for playing and capturing your modded Nintendo 3DS directly on the Mac, all built in a really Mac way. And so I wanted to show you what it is, how it works, and all of the cool things that you can do with it. So we're going to start just kind of with an overview of the app itself. You can see up here in the corner, we've got the frame rate, the current scale, the scale of the image, and then the current layout, which is right now it's stacked. We can change that on the fly. You can change that by right-clicking here in the window or going up in the menu bar and changing things. But before we do that, let's look. We've got controls built in right here to start recording your gameplay. Both screens or whatever you choose, those are customizable settings. You can take a screenshot. You can split the screens so you can have independent scales and placement for both the top and bottom screens, and then an inspector. So we could hit that right now. You see the inspector come out. It shows you what device, the frame rate, what's coming in, what's going out, what we're looking at while you're recording. Information for the recording will show up there as well. We could split the screens. Remembers what we were doing last. So I think this is a 4x scale and a 2x scale. So bam, right there, we can do that. And then we can rejoin the screens just like that. We can take a screenshot. And that actually ends up right here. I have it split actually for top and bottom. So you'll see that we've taken that screenshot split, and then I could record. Now I'm recording the screen right now, and the MacBook Pro really can't do both of those necessarily at the same time. At least it wouldn't run a stable frame rate, but we could do a little sample here. We're dropping frames because the capture engine's going. It's not very good. My Mac Studio can run this no problem, recording the screen and doing all of this. But if you're just recording the gameplay, you should be A-okay. You'll get a warning afterward and while you're doing it if you are dropping frames, and that will pop up in the settings as well. I'll show you that. But if we come in here and we just look, we've got the video file. Anyway, let's turn on the game first and start exploring the settings.
Let's go.
Put that over here. So we can check for updates, show the menu bar app. We can change the audio, the volume that you've got going on, which I might actually bring that down a little bit since I'm talking to you. You can change the appearance, so we could change those things that show up in the title bar. We can, get rid of the scale, we get rid of the current layout, stop showing the frame rate, those things. Audio, like I said, you can control how loud it's coming out. You can send the audio to different displays or devices connected to your Mac. This is really helpful in the big screen mode, which is letting you play on a television or a connected monitor, and you can play in a really nice way. So we actually could do that here. If I just come here and hit Control Command B, bam, we're in big screen mode. And this looks really, really great on the TV. I put Smash for 3DS on, and it's really fun. So this is just like a quick, no fuss, as minimal latency as possible, given the the supply chain here of signals coming through. But it feels really good. To me, at least, your own sensitivity to latency may vary. Oh, this is one of those games where 3D actually really helps quite a bit. Now I'm like stuck in this. No! That was me not judging depth correctly. So let's say Control Command B, get out of that. You can change that layout to any of these alternatives. Let's pause. which I'll be going over here in just a little bit. But, you know, we have a custom layout builder. This is actually, before we do that, here's what Smash looks like on the TV. I took this picture and sent it to some friends, and they were popping off. It's a very, very fun, very, very cool feature. Anyway, back to the layout designer. I'm going to cover up the video here, show you a little bit. What's really cool about this is you can move and can like stretch and scale the screens however you would like. If you have an overlay for streaming, say that you bought off Etsy like I did for our Pokemon season of Chapter Select, you can actually take that overlay, or you make your own, drag it in here. Now you can see exactly how the layout looks, and then scale into that ballpark that you want. So this works really well for me. And you can then name that layout. You can save it. You can choose the type of content it is. So if you're playing DS games, you can have these windows scale properly to that console. You can, so like I actually have, there's a DS game right there. We've got Phantom Hourglass. Yeah, so you can scale this however you want. You can tweak this to make your layouts exactly how you want. And then you can apply them. So I'm actually going to go to PokeStream, which I made for this. That's just a preview image, but let's hit apply. Bam. You are ready to go. You're ready to stream. Got the title bar at the top. You're ready to go. And super easy. And I love it. You can just hit, where is it? Globe F to get out of that view. And let's bring those settings back. So I think this is going to be a handy tool for streamers or anyone who wants to like really dial in their layout. Big screen mode we already talked about. Recording settings. Let's just keep this here in the middle. There's a lot of custom record settings. So solutions for capturing the footage off of the 3DS really came down to record your screen. And I never liked that. I never liked having OBS running and then whatever app I was using to record my 3DS up, and then I have to figure it out. I wanted to just record the signal coming from the modded console. And so I've built that up where you can do that. You can record each screen individually. You can combine them in a stacked or side-by-side presentation, whatever your current layout is. You can do a console overlay or top and bottom screen only. So let's do an overlay. When you do that, so it's like, this is a little big. This is that warning I'm talking about. By the way, it's looking at what Apple Silicon chip you have in there and seeing if it has enough video encoder engines to really handle all the different things that you're asking it. So I could change this to like this 2DS. So the scale of this 2DS image with the scale of the consoles inside, we can get a 3x scale, and it looks really, really cool and really, really good. And then I can record that in an HEVC high or standard kind of set, or in ProRes 444 if you want all the colors and pixels and things. But that also is a pretty large video file when all is said and done. You can choose the file naming conventions that you want to follow. You can add different parameters to that. And then all of these settings, where they go, all that applies to screenshots as well. So if you set these settings either here in the preferences pane or with Shift Command R, Shift Command S, you can set that. And then the quick command, Command R or Command S, will adopt these settings to that next recording or next screenshot. So it's this really, I think, smooth and great way to handle things. All of these shortcuts can be customized. If you are, say, playing a DS game. So let's close this out and let's open up Pokemon Heart Gold. And the tip everyone should know is when you're booting up a DS game or a Game Boy Advance game or any old game that's not 3DS, hold down Start and Select, and it will boot at its native resolution instead of a blown up kind of scaled image. So I'm just going to hold plus and start. So as you can see, we've got this nice looking native look. So let's like add a layout of like a pink DS Lite. There you go. Got this really nice DS Lite. which you can record screenshots or just play like this. I think that's super duper uber fun. We could do like a I want that at 4x. Boom. Really great. Whee! I think I need to like get rid of all the HMs on these Pokemon so I can trade them. But all of this stuff looks really, really great when you're playing. And you can record it right here. You can take screenshots all within the tool. There is a menu bar app. So say you don't want this window up at all, but you do want to record something. You can go ahead and record just like that through the menu bar app. Let's see. I think that's it. Like looking at my little checklist over here. Now, it thinks we're still in DS mode. So let's just change that to 3DS. And we get this nice, big, chonky image. But all these wonderful native things. So let's go back to a stacked. That, in a nutshell, is DDDS. It is really kind of the only Mac app built for this. There is, I was just not thrilled with the current availability and options. And so I decided to build this app and get it done to meet my needs as someone who loves to record gameplay, to document things, take screenshots, and have those things be upscaled to, the best possible resolution. This can record up to 4K. It can take screenshots at that resolution as well. So I really hope that this is a powerful and helpful tool for anyone who's creating videos online, screenshots, writing articles, streamers. Also just shows how great the Mac is as a platform for creators. I feel like Mac gets left out a lot in the gaming scene, especially when you get into these niches, like a modded Nintendo 3DS USB capture kit. What options are there? There really weren't any in active development besides CC3DS FS, which is a multi-platform option. And no offense to that app at all, but its UI is just not designed for the Mac. It's designed to support Android or Linux, Windows, Raspberry Pi, and Mac. And so it's just not, it doesn't take advantage of the platform. And I wanted as little friction as possible. And I hope that this app is a big help to you as well. I think it's a remarkable thing, and it's a tool that I really like using, and it makes me want to play and capture my 3DS even more. And I hope that it's a big help to you. You can download the app in the description below. It's at maxfrequency.net/DDDS. That is all you've got to do. I mean, look at this. It's just bam, bam, bam. Free for all. You can see I have not played very much of this. Well, whoever lost saves a corrupt SD card. It was not. It's not a good time at one point, but I mean, look at this. So anyway, I hope you all will check it out and give it a download. And let me know, send me some feedback, what you think of the app. Whee! Bam, the knee. Oh, not good. Anyway, that is DDDS, a Mac app exclusively designed for capturing, recording, and playing your modded Nintendo 3DS. I hope you all enjoy it. I look forward to seeing footage and people use it. And until next time, adios.
Woo!